I'm going to go on over the 3 formulas that are used in this section. The first is simple interest. We're going to use this anytime our question asks us to calculate the simple interest. The formula is I equals PRT. P is going to stand for our principal, or the amount that we start with. R is going to stand for our interest rate. We're going to want to write this as a decimal. So for example, if I was given 5.5%, I would want to write that as 0.055 when I put it into the problem. Remember that I'm always moving over 2 decimal places or dividing by 100. Those do the same thing. 5.5% becomes 0.055 in our problem, and this is true for any of the formulas from 13.1. T stands for time, and we're going to always want to write that in terms of years. So for instance, if I was given 36 months, I would put in 3 years into the formula. I'm always going to use years. This is the first of the formulas, simple interest. The second formula is compound interest. Many of the letters stay the same, our P and our R, but we did add some new letters. A stands for the final amount of money. P is principal, R is interest. M is the number of times that we're compounded. So for example, a problem might say that we are putting money in a savings account that's compounded monthly. Whenever it says compounded monthly or compounded annually or compounded daily, I know I'm using the compound interest formula. That word compound is going to be my key word. Annually is once a year, like an anniversary. Semi-annually is twice a year. Quarterly is 4 times a year, and monthly is 12 times. So I would put in 1 or 12 or 4 in for this place for N, depending if it's monthly, quarterly, annually. N is a little tricky. N, you put what you just had for M times T, our time. So I could have compounded quarterly for 4, we'll say compounded quarterly for 6 years would give me 24 for N. The last formula is compounded continuously. Or if our problem talks about inflation. So compound continuously or the word inflation. Sometimes called the PERT formula. A equals P, principal, E, and then the exponent RT. P is principal, A is the final amount, T is our time in years, R is our interest rate, still written as a decimal. The only new variable is E. E is a number that's on the calculator. It is not a number that you're going to plug in. It's like pi. We know pi is 3.14 and then some other decimals. E is about 2.71. Do not type in 2.71. You want to find this button on your calculator. A lot of times it'll be written as e to the x. It should be near the LOG button or the LN button. So we were going to type in P, get E off our calculator, don't change that to a number, then our R and our T up in the exponent. You want to make sure when you're typing this in though, that these R and T stay up in the exponent. So you're going to type e to the x, and then I'm going to put parentheses around these two variables. Good luck.